Hi everyone, it's Shelly Dressel, and I'm going to be channeling El for a ULB mini. Seems like I'm channeling him a lot lately for these minis, but Biden dropped out of the presidential race, and Kamala Harris is now the one that's replacing him, and then Vance, all sorts of junk coming out about how bad he is. And I remember when El Bayan in the last session, or the last channeling last Wednesday, said, yeah, we can see that he's walked both sides, but his energy looks light. So my perception was his energy looks light, and just going by whatever it is they say. But the more I read about things, the more I think, what's up with that? So I wonder if maybe he's been replaced or has capitulated or something has changed, because he definitely felt light to me. So I just want to have El Bayan, or maybe Brysentia will come in and give us a little update. So let's see what they have to say. Greetings. It is I, Brysentia, and I wanted to come forth at this time to speak about our planet, to speak about Earth, to speak about the transitions in time, space, reality, and to give you that little bit of an overhead to remind you to stay in the focus of all the massive transformation that is going on. There have been times in the past when people were very, very evolved in the way in which they lived on the earth. They had very evolved communication systems. What you have now is absolutely more evolved than what you had maybe, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever that length of time. But what happens when you you call it social media, you call it your internet, you call it your email, when you have something that has such a rapid turning of response and has such a free-flowing, we're just going to call it communication, where many times people are just voicing their opinion, and other times people are doing actual research and throwing it all out there, so one doesn't know really what to expect at times. And the reason that I wanted to come in and speak about this right now is because it is so important that each one of you remember this is a transition of the eons. This is a transition where you have been clearing out the negativity of the draconians. You have been clearing out the negativity of those predominant families that controlled and manipulated. You are clearing out the mind control. You're clearing out the many ways in which they worked with the elements of the earth plane to create problems for people, or to just make the earth do what they wanted it to do. So I could go on and on and on about these things. But what I want you to remember is that this is all the byproduct. The energy has already shifted. You are already in the higher vibrational frequency. You are already receiving inputs or downloads or changes that are having an impact upon you. Your DNA is activating. It is expanding. You are receiving much more of that nonverbal communication. So you can remember that, and remember that that is the foundation for everything that is happening here. Or you can forget and go into these little rabbit holes and go into what else may be happening in your world. One of the things when you have such a fast turnaround is that sometimes people will put information out there and it's bits and pieces of the truth. However, it just starts spinning and going faster and faster and getting to more and more people. And before you know it, it is considered the truth when in fact it was just a speculation. I'm not saying good, bad, or in between about this political situation. I am simply saying that because of the way the media is and because of the way that people have been programmed, not most likely those of you listening to this are not in this category. However, just be aware that so many people are still in that place of awakening. Sorry, I've downloaded a bunch of stuff into Shelly. I want to say just a couple of more things. As far as President Biden, as he is known, and the individual that is known as him dropping out of the presidential race, that comes as no surprise. This was a door opening up that was going to begin that snowball effect, talking about the falseness, talking about what's been going on, talking about what has been going on in the background. When you come to it and you start speaking about the current supposed Vice President, Kamala Harris, and that she is going to take over, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. What she represents is yet another list of the falsehoods of what's been going around in your, not only your social media, but in the communication on this planet. She is going to be one that breaks down a lot of these paradigms, because the truth about who she is has got to come out. It cannot be hidden. Now, that being said, when Obama was president, a lot of truth was hidden. But remember, you are not where you were back then. There is a great deal of information that has already transitioned. The earth has ascended to a higher frequency. So all the shenanigans that they got away with in the past cannot get away with again. So please keep that in your forefront of your mind. Keep it in your consciousness that this is all just a part of the movie, as they call it. And this is all to prompt people to begin to look at things and to begin to consider things and to begin to wonder. Because, number one, it just feels like it's not fully legal that someone can say, here's my running, here's who's going to run now, without it being elected by the people of the country. Maybe they can, I don't know. But that was one of the things that we feel going through a lot of people. And my take on it is that there's just something not clear about it, that it doesn't feel authentic. But it might not feel authentic because she's not. Another thing I wanted to discuss was all this information that keeps coming out about Vance. The Vance that El Bayan tapped into, and the Vance that you see in public is not the original Vance. That original person, it's not that he's walked both sides and he capitulated and he's now part of the White Hats. He was actually taken out. So the individual known as him and the one that we tapped into, we could see both sides of that, of his energy. However, this one is here for a specific purpose, and that is going to be exposure. Now, people are already starting to say, okay, 2028, he's going to be running for president. So it's normal. That is a normal part of humanity. But let me just get quiet and see. Maybe we're wrong, the way that we keep seeing it differently. So now with these changes, the fact that Biden is out, Kamala Harris is in, that it is Trump over here, and she has to choose someone else. Is Hillary in any way, shape, or form going to be a part of this? No, she is not going to be a part of it in any way, shape, or form. She's gone. And the fake Hillary is not going to be a part of this in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so Kamala Harris feels as if she is also gone, but what is in place of her, it feels like this is an actor, just as some of the others have been actors. Okay, is there going to be an election in the fall? And we get a no. We are trying very hard to see that outcome is going to change, but that has not changed for us in at least 4 to 6 months. So again, we do not see that there's going to be an election in the United States in the fall. We also see in these other countries where they have had different things that have been going down, we also see that much of that will be overturned and much of that will transition into something that is going to be much more in alignment with the fifth dimension. Remember, the fifth dimension is the higher frequency. Remember that in the higher frequency, the foundation is love, light, compassion. Remember that all of these nasty, nasty things that have been going on for so very long has got to be exposed, and it is being exposed as you speak, so that all of this is just going to be another phase in the transition that is taking place. So keep the faith, understand that you're just going through the process step by step, and that the planet has already ascended. You're just cleaning up the minutia that keeps people pulled down. And beloved, know that we are always with you. Hallelujah. And so it is. This is Shelly back again. And so that was Brysentia giving that short little message about some of the current events that are happening. If you like this or other of my channeling, please subscribe or follow, whatever it may be. And I look forward to talking to y'all again sometime. Bye-bye.